Years ago, I decided to build a beach house. My father told me, "Are you nuts? It's on the edge of an ocean. All that stands between you and ruin is some sand. Don't do it. It's foolish to build next to an ocean." But I built anyway. Why? Because as my builder said, I couldn't lose. If the ocean took my house, Uncle Sam would pay to replace it. Really? Well, yes, under that program called National Flood Insurance. You even have to pay for their ads.
Hey dude, got flood insurance? Go online to floodsmart.gov.
Floodsmart.gov? How about floodstupid.gov? Because of government flood insurance, which guaranteed that I couldn't lose, I built a beach house. There it is. That's younger me up there on the deck. I did have to pay insurance premiums to the government, but they were cheap, a few $100 a year. Now, why would Uncle Sam offer me cheap insurance on this house built on sand? I once asked the head of FEMA about that. James Lee Witt ran FEMA for Bill Clinton at the time. He told me if this insurance wasn't here, people would build in those areas anyway, and then it would cost taxpayers more. That's government logic. Since we always bail out everyone, let's get some money up front by selling insurance. Doesn't it occur to the politicians that there's a reason why private insurers are reluctant to offer cheap insurance on the edges of oceans or rivers? No, the politicians in their arrogance said the private insurers just want too much profit. But floods are a rare event. A government insurance program won't lose money. Our experts will price it correctly. As usual, they were wrong. Government has lost your money. The program's billions in the red even before this week's storm. Compounding the evil, government insurance encourages us to build on the edges of oceans or rivers. Government's now the biggest underwriter of property insurance. The sweet deal goes to movie stars in Malibu, to rich people who vacation near the summer homes Mitt Romney, George Bush, John Kerry, and the Kennedy family compound in Hyannis have. Now, we taxpayers are on the hook for more than $1 trillion. At least they've now put limits on the payouts. They'll only pay you $1/3 And after your house floods 4 times, they won't cover you anymore. Yippee! Nevertheless, the politicians are still so generous with your money that they didn't raise my premiums when shortly after I built my house, this happened. A storm surge swept away my first floor. You then bought me a new first floor. Thanks. I never invited you to my beach house, but you paid. I really appreciate it. I asked the head of FEMA why taxpayers should have to pay for my new first floor. He said, should we just walk away and say, we're not going to help you? Well, yeah, government should walk away and let us risk takers take risks with our own money. Then I would have thought more carefully about where I'd build. By the way, a few years later, another storm took out my whole house. Everything was gone. I was upset, but financially I made out fine. You paid again, this time for the whole house. I'm not proud I took your money, but I thought, what am I going to turn it down? If government's dumb enough to give me money, I'd be a sucker not to take it. But I won't do it again. I sold the property, and I think I'm more responsible now. Or at least I won't rip you off on federal flood insurance. I do collect Medicare, and that money's based on an unsustainable pyramid scheme. So is Social Security. Soon I'll collect that. And government guarantees my savings accounts and money market account, and my farm, if I had one. And then there's Obamacare. Everywhere, kind and generous politicians offer guarantees that seem to make us safer, but they really make us less safe because they destroy personal responsibility. They invite people to be reckless. When I confront beachfront homeowners about flood insurance, they yell at me. One said, our beach community produces jobs for chefs and waiters. Give me a break. That's as dumb as Vice President Biden saying this.
You're telling me we got to go spend money to keep from going bankrupt? The answer, yes, I'm telling you.
Wow, spend to keep from going bankrupt. Doesn't he understand that that money comes from somewhere? By their logic, we should just go around and smash things. I'll do it. We got to educate these people. That's our show. We'll be back next week.